There is no honor among thieves in the first place. He put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. Hard times are when the textile workers around this country are out of work and got 4 or 5 kids and can't pay their wages, can't buy their food. Hard times.
You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Woo! I tore them all down.
And I came here for one reason. To attack and keep coming.
I did it for the rock.
You will rest in peace.
I asked you 1,000,000 times to join the NWO, or you would be born alive.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Bang, bang. And what you gonna do when Hulkamania run wild on you?
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Yeah! Fire! I won't ride in nothing but limousines, and I won't make love to nothing but the women of the world.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. You will know that your ass is mine.
Bang, bang.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. You got a championship belt?
I know.
That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
When Ric Flair's in town, showtime. Woo! Sweet! My belly's just a little big, my hand is just a little big, but brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
Beat me if you can survive, if I let you.
Orderly! Woo! It is Rolex time!
Quote the Raven.
You just made the list! Who's you beat, brother?
Did you dig that, sucker?
I am the game!
The whole show.
If I can be serious for a minute.
You son of a bitch. Brock Lesnar. Damn.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Oh, you didn't know? I mean, you're the Donald Trump of wrestling. You make Steven Spielberg look like a guy running 8mm films in a garage someplace. Will you stop?
You don't want to recognize my belt, huh? You don't recognize my belt. I think you're a liar. I think you're a flat out, straight up, lying, crying bitch.
You came to me in a dream last night. You were standing in a brilliant light. 1 minute here, but the next you were gone.
Man, I ain't high enough to hear that no more. What what is going on, you silly son of a bitches? It is Friday night. Thank God it's fucking Friday. And this is the Dirt Sheet Dudes. I am Boxman. What is going on? And across from me, hey, they are the dynamic duo, I guess. And it is Anthony and Smark. Gentlemen, how are you tonight?
No more.
All right, yeah, I really just feel like dropping some acid and having a great night.
Yes.
Not that I've never done that before, but whatever. It's not a good night to do that. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, Box?
Not much, man. Not much. I'm fucking just happy it's Friday, man. I'll tell you that.
And the streak continues, because, man, it seems like right after we stop recording on Wednesdays, shit just hits the fan. It's either something crazy, tragic, or fucking nutty in the world of pro wrestling, or just in the world in general, because
well, maybe we should just do a Friday show then. Okay, I'm kidding. I joke. I keyed. Anyway, Smark, sir.
fellas, what is going on? It is the Lou Bega podcasting. We're about to do some Mambo number 5 all night long. But you mentioned news, tragic news. And I think we're all, and I know we don't normally like to talk about this kind of thing here because we try to be upbeat and everything, but there is a very recent loss that has affected us, so I think we do need to address it. I am referencing the death of Mr. Peanut, beloved advertising icon.
Yep.
It's been all over the news.
104 years old.
4 years old. He was in a tragic accident in his Nutmobile with Wesley Snipes. Just, it happens. It happens to all of us at some point in life. But
wait, with Wesley? Wait a minute. Did Wesley fuck him up?
Nah, he was in the car with him. I don't think he was responsible for his untimely demise. It might have been like some FBI, like tax collector type of people.
Are you sure that? I mean, at 104 years old, he might have been a vampire.
Well, yeah, that is. Well, now if he was a vampire, why would he be hanging out with Wesley Snipes?
Well, he's Blade. He's the Daywalker. Oh,
that would be a tremendous threat to his health. I do not think that's me, by the way. Just want to put that out there.
Anthony's over there buzzing and zipping. All right.
Buzz Lightyear. What can I say? Buzz fucking Lightyear.
We're live, pal. There you go. Oh,
but yeah, R.I.P. to Mr. Nutt. Hopefully,
man,
get it together and have a good show in spite of that shit.
Smart's out there blowing in the wind.
Nuts.
All right. Anyway, why don't we knock out these plugs and let me get this. Let me get a little Toto going for everybody while I knock these plugs out. Oh man, I'm still trying to get over that intro. Literally, man, I really could use a hit of acid right now. DMT or something. I don't know. All right. Let's do this.
Hey, it is a badass song, especially when they go into that riff.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, though, just makes you want to get really, really, really fucked up. All right. Do this. We got the plugs going. And let's do this. Always start out with the shout out to the Wrestling Overdose. God, he did not know how poignant that name would be. Don't forget to check him out on the Patreon, patreon.com/Wrestling Overdose. And you can check out Shaheen on nuclearheatshop.com. That's where all his art is, and you definitely want to go look at that. Support that man. He is the hardest working man in the wrestling artist industry today. How's that sound? I like that. Me too. Okay. So, all right. Wrestling's High Marks. Check them out. Cheeseman, Mojo, G Wiz, and of course, Bobby Anthem and Bobby Blades on the Inhuman Experience. Like I've been saying, those guys have been putting out some really good episodes, bonus episodes, just on some really great topics lately. Check it out. And of course, Eric, Doug, and Daniel, the Unscripted Wrestling Show, which can only be found on the Philly Sports Passion feed. Check that out. And of course, Stephen Milan. We appreciate him always sharing the show. Letterboxd.com/Stephen Milan, 2 L's in Milan, and BOXD.com. And of course, you guys can check all this fun stuff out. You can follow us on Spreaker. You can definitely subscribe on YouTube. You can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/DirtSheetDudes. You can follow us on Twitter. Guess where? Dirt Sheet Dudes. And you can find us on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Player FM, and anywhere else you get podcasts from. Wrap it up, Anthony.
Yes. All of those podcast links that you just rattled off, go support my homie, Jason Clark, Bottom Line Pro Wrestling Podcast, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. Give him a subscribe, give him a review, like you should give us a review. 5 stars if you think we've earned your business. Huh?
There you go. Smart, got anything to plug? You gonna be anywhere? You gonna do anything? I don't know. You got anything? Already all over the world. I'm gonna take that as a no. Anyway, let's go ahead.
No. He's ludicrous. Early 2002, 2003. He's pimping all over the world.
Ah, there you go.
The fancy cars, the women in the caviar.
Yeah.
Right. And then in different area codes.
Then he was in one of the Fast and Furious, and there it was. That was it. Anyway,
I was watched for like 5 seconds.
Oh, Smart, you got to get out of the wind, buddy.
Hey.
Turn, maybe turn. Try that one.
Try to be more aerodynamic.
Yes, hold your hand out. There you go. Put your arms out in a point, I believe. All right. Well, shit. Let's fucking do this, guys. You guys want to start with We can start with one of two different things. You guys want to start with predictions, or do you want to start with NXT and do predictions after the reviews?
Because it feels like there's a lot of predictions. You got When Worlds Collide, you got the Rumble.
Oh,
how we're doing? Yeah.
Well, I forgot about one.
This is another one of those wrestling. We even had a show tonight, Hard Times, which comes highly recommended from Antox. I'm going through our chat here. By the way, shout out to Antox. He busts our balls, but I love that dude. He's a good guy. He gives us he keeps us honest on the show.
He's a good
He's
guy.
very honest with the fact. Yes.
Takes care of us. He takes care of us. He's a very, very, very needed part of our chat room. Like everyone is. And by the way, if you do want to go in the chat, mixer.com/dirtsheet dudes, come check us out.
I see what I like that. Our chemistry, you are the yin to my yang, sir.
There you go. Oh shit. So are we saying we're gonna start with NXT and then we're gonna do the other show that happened tonight, which I want to spend as little time on SmackDown as possible because the show was not good at all. But NXT, I guess is that what we're doing? We're doing that.
Yes. Let's start with the next.
There you go. The next. NXT I thought was a pretty decent show. In my opinion. A lot of stuff for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic on this one. We had a North American Championship match on this one, which I'm even going to admit I even enjoyed. But it started out with we did start out with a Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semifinals match. It was the Grizzled Young Veterans versus Undisputed Era.
Yes, sir. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. And I gotta say, man, like, are you guys a fan of the UE's theme music?
No, not really.
I'll be honest, I wasn't initially, but it's grown on me quite a lot. Maybe because I've been watching a lot of NXT recently, but it's really grown on me.
Smart is still.
I don't mind it.
Ah, there we go.
Damn, that's terrible. Hold on.
What?
All right, here we go.
Yes, we are alive, pal. All right.
Good times.
Don't you dare. Oh, all right.
That was your cue to come
on. Oh, shit. I think it's all right.
All right. Smart thinks it's all right. But anyway, this was really a good match. I like the Grizzled Young Veterans. I'm not very hip on a lot of their stuff. Haven't seen very much of them, but I do like them as a tag team. They're pretty goddamn good in the ring too, man. But Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, they're both really. I do like those guys, but again, I think they're completely interchangeable with a lot of guys. As I think the same thing about Roderick Strong. Pretty much all of Undisputed Era, you could pretty much just like put another guy in and people wouldn't notice for about 2 weeks, probably. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that crowd would probably notice.
Yeah, but it might take them a couple weeks. No,
but I mean, their wrestling ability aside, I get what you're saying. Those are guys that, as talented as they are, they would probably get the revival treatment if they were on the main roster. Yeah, they would get lost in the shuffle because outside of the UE, outside of the entrance, they kind of bleed into the crowd in a lot of ways.
Yeah, pretty much. But they're definitely. I'm not saying they're not talented. They are, like you said, but they're definitely, to me, interchangeable. They're Lego pieces, dude. In my opinion, they're just Lego pieces. So, but that did not mean the match was not good. It definitely was. You guys got anything else on that first match? There was only a few matches, and I got to be honest with you. Once again, I had to watch the goddamn Hulu. The only thing I could find on NXT was NXT UK on the network again. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I signed out and I signed back in to try that. That didn't work. So I said, fuck it, going to Hulu.
I enjoyed the match. We'll get to it in a little while here. But I actually enjoyed the second semifinal match on this show just a little bit more. Not to take anything away from this match, but I felt like the second one had a little more drama to it for me.
Yeah, we're gonna get there quicker than you think because a lot of the stuff I did not see. Like I said, I did see the next match though. I did see Toni Storm versus Io Shirai. Not a bad match until Bianca Belair interfered.
Gotta keep them both strong. You know, Toni Storm's gonna be getting a title shot.
Yeah,
Against Rhea Ripley this weekend, and Io Shirai is all kinds of awesome, man.
Yeah.
Can we even consider her a heel still? I know
man.
she acts like a heel, but the crowd doesn't give a fuck about heel face dynamics.
No, but the crowd is really, crowd is into her. Smark, what do you think of Toni Storm there, huh? What's your thoughts on her?
Well, I will say this. Normally, in the effort of trying to kind of expedite things, I fast forward through entrances. That's a person whose entrance I do not fast forward through. That's the thing.
That says something.
She has it, as it were.
She definitely has.
As a performer, not bad. They were talking about on commentary how she's been wrestling since she was like 13. So I feel like she'd be a little bit better by now, but she's all right.
Listen, she has the assets that it takes to do just fine in wrestling. Okay.
No.
That's right.
No she's, no he's.
Oh,
how are we identifying people nowadays? Because I don't want to offend anybody. So should we say the people? Should we start saying they?
No, you just have to call everyone by their name. That's eventually where it's gonna go. You just need to be like, okay, excuse me, sir, what's your name? Yeah, Johnny over there. Please go see Johnny.
Yep, you said sir.
No, come on, Box. You want to empower.
You're going to be put on an island.
My God.
It's all about empowerment.
My God, at this point, send me. I don't give a fuck at this point.
No, you got to empower
right there
people.
With you, and we drinking fucking pina coladas.
If you like pina colada. Oh, sorry. All right.
I actually do like that song.
Who doesn't?
I was really hoping you were just going to say I actually like pina coladas. I'm like, yeah, everyone does. That's fine.
No, I actually do. I mean, I actually like
the clouds are awesome.
I like coconut, so definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the coconut. Yeah. Except I don't like coconut water. That shit's fucking weird.
I tried it.
Yeah, no.
You're right. It is kind of brutal.
Yeah. I'm not like do like some coconut though. I do.
On a slight tangent, coconut shrimp from Red Lobster, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about? The sauce too. The pina colada flavor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and of course, my favorite part of Red Lobster is those goddamn biscuits.
Yeah,
you do know.
Every time.
You do know you can buy those at like Costco, right?
Yeah, I actually got a box from ShopRite. Yep, you can make them yourself.
And they do. Have you made them yet?
Not yet. No.
They do taste the fucking same. Just follow those directions, and they will come out tasting it. You will be like, "Holy shit! I just made Red Lobster fucking biscuits." Fuck off, Red Lobster. Okay. So trust me, you will enjoy those. You will. When you finally make them, you'll definitely enjoy them. Anyway, I really don't have much more on this match. I did end with again, Bianca Belair came out, interfered. Rhea Ripley made the save. Turned into a 4-way. Segment ended with Toni Storm holding up the NXT title, and she got booed.
Yeah, and Antox asked us, why did this have to end in a DQ since EO's not booked? My theory, they just want to keep EO strong. Because I don't know. Obviously, at some point in 2020, at least I think, she's going to be a NXT Women's Champion. And I think they're going to, because based on the crowd reactions she's getting, at the very least, I see them making her more of a tweener.
Yeah.
Because she's become more popular as a heel than she was as a face.
Yeah, definitely. And she's like a little China doll out there. Anyway, just literally. No, she's like every man. Like when if you go on Pornhub and look up Asian chicks, she's what you're looking for. Is all I'm saying. I did not see this next thing though. This Finn Balor, Joaquin Wilde shit. It looks like it was a squash by the time on it. So I don't know what.
It was a squash, and I had to say, man, it was quite disappointing, to see the former Zema Ion DJZ get squashed. Yeah. Were either one of you a fan of Zima Ion or DJZ?
I was.
And which incarnation, when he was doing like the updated Rick Martel gimmick or the DJ gimmick?
More the DJ. Right after he broke that dude's neck, and he came out like literally the next week. He's like, "That's me, son of a bitches, breaking necks and cashing checks." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I love this guy." Okay.
What about you, Smart?
He didn't even give that twink a week to rest before he was talking shit. I loved it.
Yeah, but by the way, that injury was fucking brutal. I'm sorry, Smart.
He's back in the ring. Go ahead.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I was a fan of his with the DJ gimmick because I just, as we have established before, I like fucking sound effects and drops. And like the fact that he managed to slide those in during his matches. Like anytime he would be like on the offensive and he'd hit a big move, he would like point to the like audio guy and he'd play like those air raid sirens.
Yeah.
Like that shit was always awesome. I always enjoyed that.
I believe they were called rave horns, sir.
Rave horns, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So there was that right there. I guess since it was a squash, we don't really need to hit anymore, right?
No, I mean Finn Balor. He beat the fuck out of him. He stomped like literally. There was a lot of rage. Did you get a lot of rage out of Finn Smark on this one?
Yeah, it was a pretty impressive. The moves he was laying in was looking pretty tight. I will say though, the last little contribution that I have is the way that he is dressed. The former Zima Ion, he looks like a 12-year-old created a wrestler inside of a video game, and he just like had no like idea of what continuity looked like in terms of ring attire. He just selected a bunch of shit that looks cool. It's like, oh no, the headpiece looks cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with like bright turquoise like wrist tape. I'm gonna go with this shiny foil pants, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with like bright yellow shoes. It's like, God, what the fuck are you doing?
You think maybe he just like forgot his shit and he just like had to walk around and be like, okay, that look, okay, that, maybe that, I don't know, okay, that, okay, can I borrow some tape? Yeah, that'll work. Fuck it. You think maybe?
Yeah.
That's entirely possible. That would make for a good gimmick.
Would just some dude walking around, man, I forgot my tape again. What color is it? Well, I guess that'll work. Thanks, man.
I wonder if that's just like, coincidence or just like part of the plan. Anybody that was semi-interesting, entertaining, pushed in TNA, you bring them over and you just make them look as basic as humanly possible.
No, they would never.
I mean, with the exception of AJ Styles, it seemed like every TNA cast off is just, man. I mean, they're making money, so good on them. But
yeah, I mean, look at EC3. But anyway, God, let's not talk about that shit. I did not see this next match either, which was Shayna Baszler defeating Shotzi Blackheart by submission. Guys,
you'll actually like this one, Box.
All right.
It was a Shayna Baszler match, but the other chick got some offense in. She was made to look competitive. They did make it a point of really highlighting Shayna Baszler's background, training under Billy Robinson, which first time I heard that, which is very fucking impressive. Obviously, Billy Robinson is way before a lot of our time, but he is a legend in wrestling and legit tough guy.
Yeah,
his reputation precedes him. So the fact that she got to train under him is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they incorporated, Merle being Merle, he incorporated her real life shoot background. I've called matches against I've seen her in the cage with the Cyborg and what's that other chick, Nunez that. Isn't that the one that beat Ronda?
Yeah.
No. She beat Holly Holm. I can't remember
Holmes.
who off these two, but
Holly Holmes.
Amanda Nunes, she's a very credible fighter at this point. She's been in UFC for a minute. She won a belt. I think she lost it. It's been a little while, but yeah, so she very credible.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes. Yeah, she's very, very good fighter. And I'll tell you, man, I when they started that women's division, I thought it was going to be tough to watch that UFC women's division, but those chicks fucking battle it out more than anything in the world, man.
Before we go any further, I love our chat room, and I got to give credit to Aaron123 West for this one. Our little conversation that we had about Zima Ion.
Yeah.
Sir, you take the cake. He looks like a gay Powder Puff Girls villain.
Oh man, that.
Jesus, that was that.
Oh. Yeah, I feel bad. Aaron never got to come out. We never did the Hollywood Hangout, and it was pouring. It was storming here that night, and I wasn't going to ask him to come out and join us on that one Friday. It was just fucking absolutely ridiculous outside. There were tornado watches and shit. But maybe next time he's down, Antox can swing on by, or maybe he'll just join us via Skype one night and watch how all this magic happens and join us. Maybe that's how we'll get it done, Aaron. Whatever you want to do, buddy. Anyway, didn't want to apologize for that. All right, so we already talked about Shayna versus the Seller of the Poop, and we go now to another. This is the match Anthony wanted to talk about, the other Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semifinals match, which was the Broserweights. I feel douchey even saying that. I swear I just got douche chills. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, and they defeated Imperium. I really like this Imperium group, man. They scare me a little, but I do like all four guys in it. I think are incredibly fucking talented. And fucking Walter with those chops, dude.
Yeah.
Those chops sound like fucking thunder rolling through the arena, man. I would not want to get chopped by that, man.
You think his chops are worse than Big Show's? Or do you think I tend to get Big Show the edge just because he's just so goddamn big with those hands?
Yeah, Big Show's hands are going to be bigger, so you're going to have more of a basically pound per square inch, which is going to probably hurt worse. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard a rumor that he wears a size 7X glove.
Really?
Dun, dun, dun.
Really? I wonder where you heard that.
I have no idea. It must have been fucking Meltzer.
Clearly, it was Robert Stack.
Clearly, it was Michael Cole.
That's an unsolved mystery.
It was Michael Cole, obviously. But anyway, this is the match you wanted to get into, Anthony. So why don't you go ahead and get into it?
Yes, it was a fantastic match. And I know you're not a big Pete Dunne fan. Mm-mm. I don't want to speak for Smart on that. But you got to admit, him and Broski over there, they have good chemistry. And I do like I don't know whether it's leading to anything or Matt Riddle is just a tremendous troll. But I love how he's been incorporating a lot of Goldberg's old spots into his matches and using them as transition moves as opposed to finishes. Fantastic. At one point, he hits a jackhammer. 1, 2, kick out.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't catch that. I didn't put it together until you just said it. Now I'm remember going through the match and I'm like, oh yeah, he did do that shit, didn't he?
Yeah, he hits spears every now and then, and you know, on the side, do you think that's going to lead to anything? Do you think he's just trolling at this point?
It may. God, I don't want it to.
Would it be money? And you know, if they kind of play off their little online beef?
Of course.
Or do you think it would be more towards it'd be more catered towards the smart crowd?
I think it would be money. And I don't think it would be a great match, but I think it would be money. Put it that way.
And if they're smart, obviously. It doesn't even have to be a squash, but I would just say Riddle would definitely need to go over in that situation. What you got on that, Smart?
Well, you know that he wouldn't, though. That's the thing. It's like it would make sense, but then it would be like they would have a match and it'd be like a spear, jackhammer, pinfall, about a minute 15, and it's over.
Jesus.
I mean, and but the thing is, like Bach said, like it would be an interesting build, but the actual match itself, it's like Matt Riddle's not, his back isn't strong enough to carry Goldberg at this point. Like he's in well enough shape, but he doesn't have. I think Matt Riddle's a really good wrestler, but I don't think he's good enough. I don't know if anyone is at this point to drag Goldberg through like a good match, even like a solid match. Well, I just don't see that happening.
You know, I don't think it's as much as Riddle can't carry Goldberg through a match as Goldberg can't keep up with Riddle.
No, that's absolutely true too.
Right. I mean, I think there's two kind of variables to that, and I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not saying Goldberg's in bad shape because the guy's fucking for not even for his age. The guy's always been in great fucking shape. I'm just saying he's not known for great matches. Is he? Anyone think of a great Goldberg match?
He's explosive and impactful. That's essentially Goldberg's strengths. Nobody ever wanted to see Goldberg in a 20-minute match. Like, you know what I mean? Get in, kill people, get the fuck out. That was the appeal of Goldberg.
I didn't want to see Goldberg in a 5-minute match.
Yeah.
No.
Like they were short and impactful matches. I mean, that's. I mean, I was always entertained by Goldberg's matches because they fit his character. They play to his strengths for the most part.
Oh, I think Antox is gonna. Does Antox have a good Goldberg match? Does he? No. DDP.
I actually do have a
DDP.
I actually have another good Goldberg match.
You're lying.
I do. I'm not lying. And I think if you watch this match, you'll enjoy it. It wasn't a technical. It wasn't a technical masterpiece or anything, but Fall Brawl 2000, he had a match with Scott Steiner, and they just beat the dog shit out of each other. It was like a good brawl.
All right.
A lot of power moves, stiff shots. It was a good match.
All right, I'll give you that.
His match against Regal was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I don't think Goldberg enjoyed that, but
no, I don't think Goldberg enjoyed that. That was a good match because Regal beat the shit out of him legit.
And Regal,
he just in a bad mood that day, decided to fucking shoot at him and embarrass him.
and you know the best part about that whole match to me? We talked about how Goldberg's always been in incredible shape, right? Go back and look at that. Was at the height of Regal's drug use.
Yep.
He was grossly out of shape, and he still handed Goldberg an in shape prime athlete. Handed Goldberg his ass, and he was drugged out of his mind.
Dude, they were about.
And you know what?
They're about 20 seconds away from sending Ming out there. Like,
yeah.
Dude, we got too much invested in this. Ming, you're gonna have to go out there and kill him.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny. And Regal's not like a guy when we always used to talk tough guys. He would always be on the bottom of the list, but you got to think about that, man. He needs to be a little higher on your badass list because he just went in there and literally just worked Goldberg over, legit. And I mean, Goldberg's a big guy. Goldberg could have fucking fought back and hurt him, you would think. But I don't know. I don't know if Goldberg I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't do it. I respect this guy, but I wouldn't think he would let a guy like Regal do that. So I think Regal just fucking had the best of him, and Goldberg didn't know what to do.
Plus, you got to remember, Goldberg was still green at that point. I mean, not that he couldn't have fought bad, but I don't even think it was a situation where he thought he was getting outworked or whatever. I just think he was confused. Like, go back and look at that man. He was just lost. He was a deer in the headlights. Because up until that point, all of his matches were pretty much structured, controlled. You go in there, you do this. Yeah. Because he was in, like, look who he was in the ring with up until that point. He was in there with, like, fucking Barbarian, Hugh Morris, Brad Armstrong, guys that he could just kill.
Right.
That basically would bump and feed for him. Regal just, I guess he looked at the run sheet and said, fuck that shit.
Don't you dare besmirch the good name of Scotty Riggs, good sir.
Maybe he couldn't get pills that day. Maybe, I don't know, man. But, yeah, Regal just had a bad day and decided to take it out on Goldberg and made him look like talk about exposing somebody.
Now, so do you guys, since we're talking about it, you guys believe William Regal's version of events with that? Where he said he was told to have a competitive match? Like, give him like a good 6 minutes? Yeah. Or do you think he went into business for himself?
I have no reason not to believe Regal, honestly. The guy's not known to be a liar, so I have no reason not to believe him. And I've never heard Goldberg say any different or deny it, so I'm going with Regal.
Yeah, because the way that whole played out, when I look back on it, just seems kind of weird that up until that point they had Goldberg killing people, and you pick Regal at that particular point in time when he wasn't really particularly high up on the card anyway, to be the guy to push Goldberg to his limits.
Yeah, no shit, man. No shit, but he's obviously a badass, so I don't know, man. There's one guy I would not want to fuck with, so there you go. But all right, we got anything more on that match, or do we want to go ahead and just go right to the main event, which was or I don't know. Go.
Did you guys catch the promo afterwards? I thought that was had some little couple gems in there.
No, I didn't.
Basically, a lot of not so subtle weed references.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I'm sorry, man. Like, it was at that point where I'm like, man, Riddle's just a license to print money, bro. Like, literally, he's a license to print money. I was actually surprised that they let him get in as many weed references as they did, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, he really is kind of a he's very RVD.
Give him a couple porn stars on his shoulder. He really will be modern day RVD.
Yeah. Give him a fake ass and let him roll with it, I guess.
And once again, apologies to RV. I take back every bad thing I ever said about you in the last couple months, sir. Man is a national treasure again.
To be fair, I don't think he heard it or cares. But anyway, we had the main event match, which was Keith Riddle versus Roderick Strong. Keith Riddle. Who the fuck is Keith Riddle? Keith Lee. I'm looking at a picture. I'm trying to look up that Matt Riddle video to see if I can get that promo, and I can't find it. If anyone else can find it, please do that, so I don't have to look for it and mess up names anymore. It was Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong for the North American title. Is that better? Did I get that right?
I think so.
Okay, I think so too. And this match, I literally could not take my fucking eyes off this fucking match, dude. I gotta tell you, I'm not a Roderick Strong fan, but this match was really fucking good. Keith Lee, man, listen, I don't even want people to start doing the whole, and I've already seen it, or February's coming up. Oh, stop with your bullshit, please. This guy is fucking talented. This guy is going to be a fucking big star in this company. I don't think they've got a fucking choice. The crowd is so into him. This guy's going to be a huge fucking star. That's all I'm saying. And not just in February, March. This is his breakout year. I really believe that. What do you guys think?
He's limitless. And honestly, the thing that caught me, really impressed me about this match was the psychology of it all. Keith Lee, to be as big as he is, tremendous job of selling here. And Roderick Strong, once again, got to give the credit is due. I mean, look, I've never really been big on Roderick Strong as a personality. I've never taken anything away from his wrestling ability. He's just bland as shit. But honestly, they made you forget about the heel face dynamic throughout the course of this match. Because if you were to watch this match with the sound off, you would think, oh, Keith Lee, as big as he is, he'd be the heel, and Roddy would be the babyface fighting from underneath. But this match was so good, I felt like it told that story well, where Lee, as big as he is, played a good babyface in peril, even though he's fucking gigantic. And Roderick Strong played a good vicious heel. He worked on the knee consistently throughout the course of the match. His strikes, he was laying them strikes in, and Lee, to his credit, gave it right back.
Yeah.
And the pounce, all due respect to Monty Brown.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, he had a hell of a pounce, but I think Keith Lee has more than blew his out of the water. Because it's like nothing will top the Adam Cole one. But man, I feel like he's trying to top himself between this one and the one with the security guy through the bushes. And then the GOAT one with Adam Cole. Like, man, it was just a lot of little things that I enjoyed about this match.
Yeah. This guy's a fucking definite star in the making for this company. Please do not bring him to the main roster right now. Good God, please don't let him stay there, because he is just a great fucking talent over there. Smart, what you got, buddy?
Yeah, I thought this was a really good match. I like how basically, the whole match told the story, which you really don't get a lot nowadays. With Roderick Strong working his ankle for the better half of the match, and then that also was used as a catalyst for him not really doing a lot of high flying moves, which we were talking about a couple weeks ago. That I feel like they're kind of starting to dial that back, and then they're going to like save it for big matches so it looks even more impactful. So I like that. I was a little surprised that they ended up putting the belt on him. I think he definitely deserves it. I think he's way talented, and I also like the idea that they had him challenging Roderick Strong for his belt and not so much Adam Cole, because that way, you don't have to worry about the crowd kind of being split. It seemed like it was by and large a big Keith Lee contingent. So, it makes him look like an even bigger star that way, so he doesn't have to, share the crowd reaction with Adam Cole. So that was a good move. All in all, it was just really enjoyable. I really liked it. Yeah. And I was really curious as to how they were going to do it, because I saw that he won before I actually saw the match. And I think the way that it ended up playing out was pretty good. I like that. So all in all, big thumbs up for me.
Definitely. And before we get too far past the Matt Riddle promo, once again, Antox, you are fucking amazing, dude. Fucking love you, buddy. He not only found the video, but he found the video and time-stamped it to exactly where we start. So appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Let's play it. Thanks to Antox.
Like we have our Dusty Classic finals. The grizzled young veterans versus Riddle and Dunn. The Jokers. The Broserweights. Whatever it is that you two dweebs are calling yourselves. But Pete, I want to address you directly. The Full Sail neckbeards actually believe that they think that you are the best thing to come from NXT UK. But we know the truth. You are the most selfish. Every single time we have tried to take the next step in our career, you have been the roadblock. But that changes next week. We are going to take you out, and we are going to take this trophy back to Liverpool.
Every single time they've stepped in the ring with me, they've lost. And next week, guess what? You lose. And the Broserweights walk out with that trophy, bro.
Well, we didn't get the Reed references because WWE cut them out. Sorry about that.
But thankfully, they are still on the network version.
They are.
Which is what I watched.
They are, which, see, I can't. All right. Well, I can try to find it on the network real quick. Because that match was in there. But I'll try to find it real quick on the network. So we can get those.
I'm sorry. Bad promo, but I just had a hard time with the language barrier. Like, whatever it was they were saying, it sounded good, but I don't get it. I was expecting to hear a couple of what chants.
But they're speaking English.
Yeah, well, we don't speak English down here in Tennessee. We speak American.
Well,
we speak freedom, motherfucker. How dare you? How dare they? Fucking Welsh.
Goddamn limey.
I'm still allowed to make fun of white people, right? That's still cool?
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
Yay!
Yeah, definitely. Of course you can.
You're about to get it then, Sheamus. You best back off.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Jesus, Mark. Aerodynamic, remember. There we go. All right.
Yo, but honestly, you want to hear the most, it's funny, but it's horrible. You guys have heard of Geno Steaks, right?
Yeah.
It's a landmark here in Philly. That little smart tirade there kind of inspired me to, it sparked something in me because it wasn't too terribly long ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, Gino's was under fire for a sign that read, and I quote, "This is America. When ordering, speak English." Now, mind you, Gino's is in South Philly, a heavy Italian contingency, but yeah, they had to get that got shut down real quick because it was 2016 when he did this.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. I just played the network and WWE NXT is playing live, and the match just ended. So
yes,
I guess we'll see. No, gonna take a little bit. God damn it! How come I can't get the other version?
What is up with your network, bro?
I don't know, man. I'm fucking shutting it down. Fuck it. Y'all know the promo. God damn it. Leave it alone.
Take our word for it. Damn it, it was great.
No, I literally cannot find the one that's not playing live right now. It's like,
do you go click on the NXT section? It's archived now.
Hold on, let me go to. I'll try it again. God damn it! Recently added NXT. All right, and once again, thank you, Antox, for time stamping even the show. But just give me a second here. There we go. Skip this fucking intro. God damn you, son of a bitches. All right, let me get to 10113. Skip. There we go. I'm there. Let's see what happens now. Oop, right there. Oh, here we go.
Bruh. I don't even know what you really said. You said something about manipulating a joint. And then I kind of lost focus, stopped listening, and started daydreaming, bro.
While you were up...
I am a little surprised they even let him get away with that, and the crowd is chanting, "Riddle's gonna smoke you." That's good shit.
That was clever. That was
good shit. Listen, I do make fun of that crowd a lot, but whatever. Whatever. They do every now and then really kind of make the show a little bit better. But there you go.
They won't. That is an incredible T-shirt idea if they actually decide to run with it.
There you go. But there you go. Keith Lee, new North American champion. And pretty fucking awesome, man. Pretty fucking awesome. And I think he just goes up and up from here. And I think it's going to be pretty cool to see him rise to the top of NXT. And I really hope they do. I hope there's no sort of ceiling for him at just these mid-card titles. The guy is another fucking star in the making, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to be the one to, my opinion, end up unseating Adam Cole as champion.
Yeah, and I got to bring this up. I see a lot of people online, of course it's on Facebook, and some, I won't mention the group, going, they should bring him up to the main roster and just throw him in New Day.
Oh, Jesus.
You people...
What do they have in common?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh,
no.
Him and Big E both played football. I get it.
Look, yeah, exactly. Him and Big E are giant fucking guys. I get it. But, number one, don't move this guy to the main roster. He could definitely, and I'm not saying he's going to benefit by being on NXT for longer, but the guy can be the NXT star. Let him do it. Just let him be the star of that company for a little while. I would wait like another year, minimum year, to bring that guy to the main roster. I would let him fucking take over NXT.
He's safe. I mean, I feel like this. Everybody that's on NXT that everybody kind of goes crazy over, your Adam Cole's, your Keith Lee's. Hell, it's the reason Finn Balor's on it. As long as AEW is a thing, they're going to want to keep NXT as stacked as possible.
I hope so.
If for no other reason, just to kind of stick it to AEW. So I feel like for the time being, we don't really have to worry about anybody getting taken away. Because think about it, the fact that they took a main roster guy in Finn Balor and basically made him a regular on NXT, even though he's not making NXT money, but they want to give NXT as much credibility as possible.
Right.
They won't admit it, but they're going to want to keep it strong going up against AEW.
Well,
so I wouldn't worry about him getting. I wouldn't worry about them messing with the formula in NXT too much.
I hope not. But all right. I guess that was NXT. New champion. No, North American champion, and we can move on to SmackDown. Let's spend way less time on SmackDown. And when I say way, I'm looking for like 15 minutes here.
Oh, not even that. The opening match happened. Look,
I went and took a shower.
I'm sorry.
No, I got to be honest. I literally, I fell asleep and took a shower during this match.
It was a good match, though.
I heard Corbin, and I'm like, yeah, I need to take a shower. I kind of just woke up during this match, so yeah, it was time to shower. So I went and took a shower. So I didn't see this. So yeah, I'm with Anthony. It happened. Smark, anything, or did it happen, and we can move on to this wonderful Lacey Evans promo?
I mean, I'm not a notary public, but I can also confirm that this happened.
Okay, there we go. This match has happened, folks.
That was a quarter of the show, by the way, that we just described.
Uh-huh.
Because, they didn't even have another segment until, 40 minutes in, when you factor in commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wind's getting bad, dude.
Now, I guess jokes aside, what did you guys think about that? What do you think the secret, what do you think the right balance formula for SmackDown is at this point? Because we've seen both ends of the spectrum here. They've opened with either a long ass promo, or now, as Mark said, they dominated a large portion of the show with this one match.
Listen, this was their go home show. It didn't seem like they. By the way, the show was in Dallas. It was here.
And you didn't go.
Oh, I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been able to. Honestly, dude, even if I had tickets, I wouldn't have been able to because my son had to have an emergency root canal today. So I would not have been. Yeah. Oh no, he's good. He's good. He was up all night last night. He had a bad toothache, bad cavity, and my middle child, and he had to have an emergency root canal today. So yeah, I would not have been able to go either way. I didn't even get home until literally 15 minutes before it started, and I lied down, and literally I fell asleep 5 minutes after I lied down. To fucking, and I literally woke up during the first match and went and took a shower. So even if I had tickets, I would have had to fucking cancel anyway. So kind of glad I didn't go. Not that I would have, but yeah, that was the first match. Anything else on that?
No, just a good match. Told a decent story, but I'm just ready for I'm hoping that whatever they got planned for these two guys going forward, it doesn't involve each other. I'm hoping the Royal Rumble is the blow off, and they can at the very least take a break from each other.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Usos were fucking looking good out there, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the tag team division was in better shape, so they would have something more to work with. But I mean, you brought that up. What do you guys think? Do you think the Usos are genuinely good, or do you think they're good in comparison because WWE doesn't have a particularly strong tag division? In other words, do you think they would thrive when they really had tag teams? Whether it was back in the 80s with your Hart Foundations, your Rockers, or modern times Dudleys, ENC, Dudleys.
Mm-hmm. I do. I really think they would have. I've always liked the Usos. I think they're really fucking good. I'm not crazy about some of the gimmicks they've done, but I like the Usos. I think they're really good in the ring, and good shit, man. I think they would have been. I do think they would have been good. I think they even would have been good in the Attitude Era, also.
And they're amazingly talented. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm shitting on the Usos. I like the Usos. I just kind of wonder sometimes how they would. I wish they had more to work with. I mean, as much as I like the match with New Day, once they got past those matches, because WWE doesn't really take they don't put a lot of emphasis into the tag team division anymore. It's kind of like I feel like you don't really get to see how good guys can really be.
Right.
You don't really get to see like the stuff like Gallows and Anderson. Here's two guys that came in with all of this hype, all of this buzz. Day after WrestleMania 32, like, yeah, they're going to be great. And then it didn't, within 6 months, WWE broke them down to nothing. And then it's just like two guys on a roster. I know Anderson, he's still got the hot Asian wife. As I listen to myself.
Echo Smart. All right.
Bend over. Here it comes again.
No. Oh, damn. We lost Smart again. All right. We will get him back. I promise everybody. But yeah, honestly, in my opinion, those guys could. And like Aaron says, it kind of depends on what version of the Usos, but the last version and this version, I think, would have been pretty much just fine in any era. I really do.
Now, which version were you a fan of? Are you a fan of the current gangster version of the Usos, or are you more of a fan of the tribal dancing Usos with the face paint?
I actually like the face paint dancing Usos better. And they weren't dancing; they were doing the haka. It was I don't know, man. I liked that entrance. So.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was a badass entrance.
But when they turned heel, it was time because that entrance was getting old, that gimmick was getting old, and when they did do the little heel kind of gangster turn with the whole Uso penitentiary shit, I was happy about it because it needed to happen. So I like that, and I like the other one. I if it was the opposite way, I'd probably hate both. But I think the way they did it made me like both, if that makes any sense.
Makes perfect sense. And I'll be honest, man, I forgot. I was watching the show from 2010. I can't remember whether it was a Raw or a pay-per-view. And the Usos were on it. This is back when they were like, man, Tamina was still part of the act. And I forgot how kind of like bland they initially were when they came on the scene. Like no nothing. They were just like two dudes.
Yeah.
They no type of personality. They were just twins. I mean, decent wrestlers, but they really had nothing about them that would make you think they would ever be anything. So to go to that, to transform into the happy-go-lucky Usos with the paint and the dancing to where they are now, those guys really came a long way. Yeah. It's almost kind of like when New Day, like separately, they weren't really doing much of nothing. You didn't really, 5-6 years ago, Kofi was treading water. Big E was, doing Big E things, and Xavier Woods was just like, just kind of there, just a dude on a roster. Yeah. And now they're cash cows. And we got to say this. At least I got to say this. Big E has the potential to be a superstar, but I'm so sick of people. Oh, when is he going to turn on New Day? Like Big E's success should not be predicated on New Day breaking up. First off, I feel like they're not going to break them up ever because they make too much fucking money with that act. They make too much fucking money, and it's one of those deals where all three of those guys are genuine. They are genuine friends,
right?
And I feel like if WWE were to try to force a heel turn on them, it would go over like a fart in church because their heart wouldn't be into it.
They don't have to do it. It does not have to happen. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Look at fucking Undisputed Era. They did all have gold. There's no reason to break up the New Day. They can do the same thing. Tag team champions. Big E ends up being the WWE champion. What's wrong with that? Why does he have to turn on the fucking group? He doesn't, in my opinion. No reason for it. So, I don't know. Smart, you got anything on that? Thanks for joining us again.
Doing my best. No, I totally agree. Totally agree with that. There's no need to break them up. And like Anthony said, they make way too much money, and it's for the best. They just keep them together, and it's not like it's gonna be a situation where you have to worry about any of them going to like AEW or anything like that. They're all staying exactly where they are, so there's no reason to kind of put the plans into motion and doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So. All right, guys, we already spent too much time on that part of it. What did you guys think of this Lacey Evans promo? Interview, I guess you could call it, with Michael Cole. Which, can
you ready that loser game show sound?
Okay. Basically, I really wish they would, first of all, Michael Cole should not be the one doing the interviews. It should be Corey Graves. I'm sorry, dude. It should be Corey Graves doing these interviews. Why keep bringing the old guy out there to interview the people when you are going for a younger, hipper crowd? Why wouldn't you send Corey Graves to do these interviews? I don't know. Am I being too picky? Am I crazy? You guys tell me.
My main takeaway from the whole thing was I felt like I want to like Lacey. I really do, but I feel like it was too heavy-handed. It was too over, coming out with the stars and the flags and once again they got to get some better continuity with this character. If she's going to be a babyface, hey, go for it, but they got to change the gear, got to change the music. Yeah, because that threw me off.
Yeah.
I mean, just the stars and shit, that's not enough. That's not enough of an upgrade. But I just thought, honestly, it was just too heavy-handed. My father, I love my father. I love him. Good old Southern Belle. I love my pa, but he battled demons and depression. I was waiting for a Scott Hall video package to start playing. Oh, demons and depression. Like, Jesus Christ.
Have Jake.
I just thought it was like too heavy-handed.
Jake the Snake comes out.
Like,
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like they're trying too hard now.
Yeah,
to make her a baby face. It's not coming across natural at all.
No, and real quick before we jump over to Smart here, she needs to go back to her the military gear she used to wear. This sassy Southern Belle thing. You're obviously moving away from it. Move away from it. Just ditch it. Go the other way. Put her back in her military gear that she was coming out in. Let her do that gimmick. It's much better. The crowd will get into it, and that's what she's doing right now. But she was trying to stop herself from crying during most of the promo, and they had her.
I know.
Yeah, and they had her getting into some. And you know what? I'm sure with the part where she was watching her kid. Listen, I get it. I got 3 kids. I 100% get where she's coming from. Yeah, you might have actually choked up there in that part. And she probably really did. That probably wasn't fake. But once again, I'm going to say this once again. I don't like when they use kids. I do not like when WWE uses kids in storylines. It does not click with me. I think it's awful. But awful promo. I totally agree with you, Anthony. This was pushing too hard on the audience to love this woman. Love her. And once again, I really think Corey Graves should be out there doing the interviews. Smart, let it rip, buddy.
Oh, boy. Well, first of all, that kid is way more charismatic than she is. Let's just get that out of the way. But honestly, like, second off, like, why would this make you excited for her match? Like, all she did was sit there and just fucking cry about everything. Just everything made her cry. Every subject, every topic, every question was just fucking cry. Mm-hmm. It was just fucking ridiculous. And then saying that she hasn't built up that kind of cachet yet where you actually care about her and she becomes a sympathetic figure, because she's only been a face for a couple months now, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just, they haven't given you a reason to care about her in that way, I think. And I felt like it did a really piss poor job of selling the match and making you want to see her win. A lot of it seemed insincere too, just all of the fucking fake crying and just all of it it just left a terrible taste in my mouth after like a 45-minute segment. For the first segment, it was just like, this was a really terrible way to get out of the blocks.
Yeah, it really. It like kept bringing the show down
Yeah, and I'm glad Smart brought that up.
Mhm.
She hasn't built up enough cachet because I feel like you guys remember the sit down interviews JR did with Mankind, Mick Foley way back when.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it was weird. Those were fucking fantastic because they were work shoots because you got like Mick Foley's real story through the eyes of Mankind, and that's basically those interviews are what basically turned him babyface.
Right.
But the difference was though, even though he was a totally different character, he had been around for 10 years by that point. So even though he might have been new to that WWF audience, they still knew what he was doing prior. Cactus Jack on the Indies in Japan, WCW. So he had built up a certain level of cachet with the crowd. They were familiar with his background, even if it was like bits and pieces.
Right.
And like he was basically he was already a borderline sympathetic character.
Yeah.
I feel like WWE basically skipped to the end of Lacey's story, and they haven't really given people a chance to connect with him. I feel like if they had took their time a little bit and kind of eased their way into it, because think about it, if you want to call it a face turn, she basically turned face when she called out Sasha and Bailey in a random segment,
right?
While she was still a heel.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? You know what I mean? She did it as a heel, and they're using that to predicate this face turn, which wasn't really a face turn to begin with.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
They skipped. I'm just saying, like the potential is there because obviously, she did legitimately serve in the armed forces, so she has that legitimate background. But ease your way into the story. If you're trying to make her this war hero, if you're trying to make her, like the embodiment of women, hear me roar and all that kind of good shit, she shouldn't be cutting promos about, my po daddy, he was depressed, and then I'm depressed, talking about my po daddy being depressed. Like this shit was depressing. It was the opposite of empowering. You know what I mean? It felt like I felt like this promo should have been sponsored by Lifetime.
Oh, Hallmark.
But yeah, like even the military service thing, they glossed right over that because he asked her about it. And she was like, "Yep, I was in the military, and that's why I'm here."
Exactly.
Like, she didn't elaborate at all.
No.
And that's the only thing that separates her at this point from anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully they wake up and realize that they need to do a lot of work on her character. But Bailey did attack her during the interview, and that went on even into backstage and during the interview backstage with Dana Brooke and Carmella, who, my God, both their faces
just kept getting better.
Dude, these two, I'm sorry, dude. Both these girls look, my wife was out there watching and she's like, "Oh my God, what happened to their faces?" I'm like, I have no clue. I really don't. They both have had too much surgery. But anyway.
And let the record show, both of these women are under the age of 35. And they already look like they're in their mid-40s.
Dude,
they both look like Joan Rivers.
And
that's an insult to Joan Rivers, because even after the play,
yeah,
Joan Rivers still look halfway decent.
True.
I do meet some Joan Rivers. Anyway, not obviously before. But anyway, yeah, I mean, and like I said, it bleeds into the next match where the Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville match ended in a no contest where they came out there and it all got shit. I got nothing on that match. Guys, let's go into the next thing that I want to talk about, which is the Braun Strowman thing. Once again, they were just about to make a fool out of Braun Strowman by making him sing. And luckily, he was saved by Cesaro coming out. And once again, I want to say they need to have Sami Zayn come out after, because I cannot keep, when Nakamura's music starts, I cannot keep my eyes off of Sami Zayn back there, because he is more entertaining than Nakamura. Dancing, stomping. He's gonna break a fucking leg. Look, he threw his shoulder out before a match with John Cena. Imagine what he's going to do.
Which is still the funniest shit ever.
Which is the best shit in the world. The guy just got too hype and threw his shoulder out and had to fucking get it fixed. But Sami Zayn is just the most animated guy out there, and he's just out of those three. He should not. He should not be the one I'm watching. I'm sorry, he should not be the one I'm watching. So, but he is.
Yeah. Now, Pac, you brought it up. Which one do you think is funnier in hindsight? Sami Zayn doing the whole, I'm so excited here, I'm banging pulling out your shoulder, or fucking Randy Orton blowing out his shoulder, fucking setting up for his finish? Cause remember the man he had the match with Edge?
Yep.
You know, he does that shit 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I mean, look, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I'm not laughing at it, but I'm laughing at the circumstances of how they got hurt. If you had to pick one, which one do you think was funnier?
And by the way, before I even say anything, Randy Orton did finish that match with his shoulder dangling off of the fucking bone. Let's just remember he did finish that match.
Fucking man and a half.
Yeah, but Sami Zayn literally was just like getting hype when he came out there because he was so excited to be on Raw, and I think that's funnier for some. And again, no, obviously I would never wish injury on anybody. Except Baron Corbin, but that's neither here nor there. But I think that's the funnier of the two. Smart.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'll agree. I mean, Sami Zayn, like, if you had told me that El Generico 10 years ago would be a weekly highlight in the light of WWE television, I would have been like, yeah, you know, I don't see it. Guy's always been a fantastic wrestler, but see Bryan Danielson. You never envisioned him as a guy that would have this type of personality without the mask. And he's kind of proven.
I think it's more impressive that he did it as a heel.
Oh, I'm sorry, Smart. What was that?
And I would say more than anything, I think it's impressive that he's doing it as a heel.
Right.
I would actually agree with that. I mean. I guess the more I see of Sammy, especially online, it's like, man, he should have been a heel a long time ago. I mean, like that's the thing. El Generico was a fantastic babyface, but I'll ask you this first, Box. Obviously, Sammy was born initially as a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get heel vibes from him? Did he come across douchey to you as a face, or did it take some time for you to look at him in that role? Look at him in that light, I should say.
He did come in as a face, and I liked him as a face. When he did the heel turn, I really liked it because he didn't really change anything about his character. He did nothing but change the way his character spoke to people. That's it. He still came down to the same music, but he came down dancing like a douche. He still said the same things, but he said it like a douche. He didn't change anything. So and to be honest with you, I wasn't really, I knew of the El Generico thing, but I knew of El Generico, but I didn't really get a lot of the character because I've just never been an ROH fan. Just never watched it. But Sami Zayn, when he did the turn, I loved it. And again, for those reasons, he didn't change anything. He did that's how you do a heel turn. You don't change anything. You just say it like a fucking, like a bad guy. That's it. Yeah. And I think he did it right. And he's still, to this day, a great fucking heel, in my opinion.
Yeah. You don't change. You let the people's perception of you change.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep. Smart. What you got?
Yeah. I mean, I think he did a really good job with it. Like, if you look back at when he first started cutting promos as a heel, it took a while because he had built up, like we were talking about, a cachet. He had built up a strong face cachet. And, like, he was coming out there and telling people that they suck and that they're idiots and that they don't properly appreciate what he's doing. And they were chanting for him.
Right.
So he had work to get that over, but I think he did a really good job doing that.
Yeah. Yes. Sami Zayn, and like Anthony said, he's a highlight on the show, and definitely is.
I give a lot of credit to his hat. the hipster hat. I mean, come on, dude. Like, I don't know, but he turned halfway heel for me when he started wearing that fucking hat. Goddamn hat.
Yeah, it's a Heelish Fedora. I got to be honest with you. I'm going to move on, guys. John Morrison versus Kofi Kingston was the next match. I really don't have much on this match. The only thing I can say on this is I absolutely hate turtlenecks. And Miz, I don't know how you're wearing that thing. I really don't. I really don't. I hate turtlenecks. I really do. I feel like I'm choking. I don't even wear a tie. How's that? And I should. I'm a sales guy, but I don't. I don't wear a tie.
We're getting the return of douchebag Miz.
I listen. The personal preference, can't stand turtlenecks. Where are you guys on turtlenecks?
Yeah, I wore them as a kid.
If I can borrow a line from.
Hold it. Anthony, go ahead.
I wore them as a kid, but I'm kind of in agreement with you, Box. I don't like anything that's constrictive around the old windpipe. Plus, it's just awkward. Like, it was always awkward for me around the shoulders, the shoulder and neck area. So I'm like, I never really was a big fan. So as I got older, turtlenecks got slowly phased out.
All right, and Smart, you had a line to steal. Steal it, buddy.
That's right. The thing about turtlenecks is that it feels like a really weak guy is strangling you the entire time. And I, of course, stole that from Mitch Hedberg.
Yes, you did. Yeah, yes, you did. The late great Mitch Hedberg at that.
Now, did you guys ever watch that unreleased footage from Conan?
My favorites.
Yeah, definitely, Smart. Definitely. One of my favorites, too, man. Hey, I saw him in Miami. I did. I actually saw him live in Miami. So, glad I got to do that. I actually have somewhere in this house, I have a CD signed by him. A CD case. So, I need to find it. It's probably in the garage. I'm sure it is.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yep. I do have one signed by him. So, But I just don't have much on this match. John Morrison, he's great. He's entertaining, but man, he's kind of just not. He's botching moves everywhere lately. I don't know if it's. I'm not saying it's ring rust. I think he's just really happy to be back and trying to really perform. And I don't know. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, it was a decent match. I really think that needs to rethink Starship Pain as a finisher. I don't mind it as a move, but it shouldn't be the move because it literally looks like you're just lightly falling on a guy, and he doesn't have the body weight. You know, if you're going to do a move like that off the top rope, you have to have some muscle. You have to have some type of body weight to you.
Yeah.
Like, it was believable when the guy Vader size coming off the top rope and landing on you. That could be the finish of a match. RVD going fucking extra 4 to 5 feet above the ring and landing 234, 40 pounds on you. You could believe that as a finish. This dude literally belly flopping from about 2-3 feet up? Nah.
Yeah, but dude, those abs are so strong. They hurt. They're not only washboard, they're like being hit with a literal washboard. You know what I mean?
No, it's love tag, man. Love tag.
He gets extra bonus on it when it's bedazzled.
Yeah, I noticed he did. He's not glittering the abs, which might be disappointing some people. Not me. I could care less, or I couldn't care less. But I don't know. That's it.
So
that's it for that. And we get to the last thing, which was the strap match signing between Daniel Bryan and, I don't know, Bray Wyatt, The Fiend. I don't know. A little of both.
I feel like this is probably going to be the sleeper match of Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these two have always had incredible chemistry. And I feel like out of everybody Bray Wyatt has faced in his time in WWE, Daniel Bryan, I mean, Daniel Bryan. I mean, but Daniel Bryan has a way of bringing out the best in everybody. Like I feel like he's going to be the new standard bearer when we look back at this era of WWE. Like if he can't get something good out of you, then you have no hope. Because I'm saying, like, Daniel Bryan is that guy to me. He's a guy that accentuates the best of what you do, and he really can get a good match out of Dan. Like Jinder Mahal, for example. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's the only guy that could get a halfway decent match out of a Jinder Mahal type.
Wow, you went there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, would you agree?
No.
Oh, damn.
No.
Oh, are you saying Bryan's not that good?
No, not at all. Not at all. That would have nothing to do with Daniel Bryan at all. No.
I'm just giving him credit because I really feel like he has that type of talent. He just brings out the best in people, from what I can tell in his match.
It's a good compliment right there. But anyway, I definitely think this will be a good match at the Rumble. We will get into predictions of the Rumble. I guess we'll do the Worlds Collide first. Probably should have done that right after NXT. But anyway, this was a weird little signing. I thought it was weird to see even the Fiend even act like he knew what a contract was, or I realized he signed it in blood after he stabbed his hand with a pen, which was pretty cool. But it was still weird, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys got that kind of this is a little awkward vibe, but I did.
This is the problem with, I guess, modern day overscripted, overproduced, sanitized WWE, because it just did not. I mean, I agree 100% what you just said, Box, because it does not fit the description of everything that we've been told about the Fiend. That he should. I mean, just him. I mean, look, this is a nitpick, but just him sitting down at the desk and pulling up all polite and just opening up the contract like he's reviewing the shit. To me, it's a little thing, but I feel like it kind of chips away at this guy's aura. Like, why the fuck is he at a contract signing? Like, if you take a step back and really analyze this, they advertise this throughout the show. The contract signing between The Fiend and Daniel Bryan. That means in kayfabe, somebody had to reach out to The Fiend to set this up. But why the fuck is he, you know what I mean? Why the fuck are you humanizing this guy?
Yeah.
He should be an out of control killer.
My problem with this whole thing was, number one, I found the contract signing was unnecessary. There's 1,000 other ways you could have gone about this to get those two guys in the ring to sell that match than to do a stupid contract signing. That was my. Literally, I'm watching that going, this is what you're doing? This is the way you're doing this? Really? So, I don't know. In my opinion, 1,000 different ways they could have done this. Smark, what do you got?
Totally agree. It just seemed like a really lazy color by numbers way of like, well, we need a big spot for the go home show. Let's do that. And I think that was kind of the whole reason why I didn't like the episode this week at all anyways. It just seemed like it was very phoned in, the whole, from the beginning to the end. It just seemed like there was very little, if any, effort put forth to selling the go home show to one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy. And then if you look at, like, Raw wasn't that much better. The end of that was the fucking Lana Lashley segment. It was like, ugh. Like, this is one of their biggest shows, and, like, both go-home shows are just fucking total dog shit ends.
Yeah. Now, this has been the word of the night, I guess, cachet. Do you think, because the Royal Rumble is, like, basically one of their oldest pay-per-views, do you think that it has enough cachet with people, with fans, that you can get away with the go-home shows being lazy? Like, if this were just like, I don't know, a Backlash or an over-the-edge type of pay-per-view where it was like a B or a C show, definitely piss poor go-home shows. But because it's the Rumble, do you think they kind of get a pass because it's the Rumble? People are going to watch it anyway.
God, I hate that I really hate that attitude.
I don't get me wrong. It's not an excuse to be lazy, but
I know.
I'm saying, do you think that's how they're looking at it? Like, it's the Rumble. People are going to watch the Rumble regardless of how much effort we put into these go-home shows.
Yeah, and if they are, it's disgusting. But yeah, I really think that's kind of exactly what it was. And I mean, yeah. Go ahead, Smart.
No, I was just totally agreeing with you. That was the overall idea, prevailing logic behind what went on tonight. But like, it's just a terrible, terrible way to go about thinking about it. First off, because you got people that were paying to see the show as it is, and second off, like, if you don't give us any reason to care about the people involved, why should we care if they win the Royal Rumble?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it was just all in all, it was just terror. Like, it was a really terrible show.
Yeah.
Like, I know we come on here week in and week out and we say that it happened and that it was boring, but like, this was just actively bad.
Yeah, it really was. It had a lot of bad elements to it. So I guess let's finish up with SmackDown. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, you know.
What? Worlds collide.
No.
I don't know. I was going to get the Worlds Collide. Want to get the Worlds Collide?
Yeah, the Worlds will collide. I mean, these predictions are going to be a little, because I don't know about you guys. I don't watch NXT UK. When it first started, I tried to watch it, but I don't know. I don't know whether it's the UK thing. I mean, I like Walter. Imperium is great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just can't get into a full episode of NXT UK. Have either one of you gentlemen tried to watch NXT UK?
Nope. Haven't seen an episode. I mean, we don't have to do these predictions if you guys don't want to, but...
No, it's just a good match. It's matches on it that I'm looking forward to.
Definitely.
I'm just saying, from the UK side of things, I don't really have a lot to offer just because I'm not familiar with those characters on a week-to-week basis.
Well, then let's just get through it real fast. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Pre-show match they have right now listed, and this is on Wiki, as a singles match between Mia Yim and Kaylee Ray. I got Mia Yim on that one.
Yes, I had Mia Yams.
Yeah, there you
Likewise.
go. There you go. Likewise. See how fast we're going through this. We got a tag team match, which is DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus Mustache Mountain. Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate.
I'm going to go Mustache Mountain on this one.
Oh, I'm definitely going DIY.
Yeah, go DIY as well.
Yeah, definitely DIY. Yeah, definitely. We got a fatal 4-way NXT Cruiserweight Championship match, and that is Angel Garza versus Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Jordan Devlin versus Travis Banks. Garza. Is Garza the champion?
It's more of an emotional pick for me, but I actually want to see Swerve will take this one. See what he can do with the belt.
All right. Smart.
Yeah, I really want Swerve to win, but I'm going to go with Garza too. It just seems like it's too soon to change it.
All right. Next match. This one, you want to talk about a fucking sleeper. This match should steal the show. Finn Balor versus Ilya Dragunov.
Oh, yes. Just the past 2 weeks we didn't talk about it in the review segment of the show with NXT, but the video packages that they did on these guys back-to-back weeks, I don't know a whole lot about how you say his name again, Box?
Ilya Dragunov. Real quick before you get into that, I put this guy over big the first time I saw him. This guy is fucking awesome. This match here should be a fucking, to steal a word from Shaheen, a fucking banger. So, proceed, Anthony.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. My mic cut out on me, Box. You were giving like a passionate speech over there, and all of a sudden I heard like you just went silent. I'm like, has the FCC finally cut us off?
No, not yet. Let's keep going till they do. Let's keep going.
No, but to your point, I want to say what show was he on that we both reviewed? Was it an NXT episode or was it a takeover? Because I remember seeing at least one of his matches before, and I remember we both put it over pretty good.
Yeah, it was a takeover. I don't remember which one, but really, really like this guy.
Yeah, but like you said, this match it'll be a sleeper. I think.
Yeah.
I definitely envision it being stiff, laying some shit in because I can't remember the match, but I remember that dude laying his shit in.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fast and stiff. Anyway. No homo, by the way.
For this one, it's hard for. I'm gonna go Finn, just because I think they want to keep him strong for the eventual grudge match with Gargano.
See, so far we've picked all U.S. guys. No, I'm gonna go.
No, I picked
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Mountain for DIY.
You're right. I'm
over DIY.
Man, How could Balor lose this match and still be as strong? Nah, I just think Balor's gonna win. I'm just going by what I've seen storyline wise. I think Balor's gonna take this one.
Smart.
Hard, stiff man action. I'm gonna go with Balor too. I don't see him losing it.
Yeah, I tried to justify in my mind how he could lose. One way he could lose and still be the.
Well, he does have a match with Gargano at Takeover that's coming up in Portland, so maybe some fuckery there if you really want to find a reason why that might happen. But other than that, I can't really think of anything either.
Yeah, and honestly, if Dragunov won, I'd be extremely happy, and
sure,
and that wouldn't matter to me. We have another match next coming up here for the Women's Championship, the NXT Championship. It is Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm. Man, I hope I can make it through this match.
Easy. It was an easy one.
Yeah, it's
Ripley.
Ripley, definitely. Smart?
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and agree with that.
All right, unanimous on that one. And we have an 8-man tag match that is going to be Imperium, which is going to be Walter, Fabian Altschner, Marcel Bartel, and Alexander Wolf versus the Undisputed Era, and you know who those guys are. So, no reason to do that. This is an 8-man tag. There's no titles on the line. No reason for Imperium not to take this match.
I'm gonna go Undisputed, baby. I feel like they, especially coming off them losing a title already, becoming weaker in the title division. I feel like they want to, reestablish their dominance a little bit. So I'm gonna go UE. Because I think they still want them to be like almost like the and don't kill me box. I still think they want to keep that Horseman vibe of having them be like the 4 horsemen of NXT and like being like the dominant heel faction. So, and they have more person. I mean, between the two, as limited as it may be, Undisputed Era has more personality than Imperium.
Yeah, but Imperium is not supposed to be out there with personality. They're basically, I mean, let's be honest, dude. I mean, just throw it out there.
Yeah,
they're fucking Nazis.
But this is WWE. They always go for personality above everything.
No, they're fucking Nazis, dude. That's exactly what they are. They're fucking Nazis. I mean,
you can't say that in 2020.
The fuck I can't. I can say what I want, goddammit. I might get in trouble for it, but I can fucking say it. That's exactly what they are. They're fucking Nazis, dude. I don't care what anyone says. You can dress it up however you want. Put fucking makeup on it. It's still a fucking Nazi.
Damn
and I
shame
still
Borga had to off itself.
And I still like the fucking gimmick, and I still think those guys are gonna win. But they're not supposed to have personality, dude. They're supposed to be out there obeying orders. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Smark, who do you got on this?
I'm glad that you were the person that said it, but there is a lot of stuff that they do that kind of makes me quasi uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick Imperium. I haven't picked anybody from NXT UK yet, and this seems like the most obvious choice if I were to pick anybody from NXT UK, so I'm going with Imperium.
Listen, if there was any titles on the line, I would completely go away from that, but there's not, so I see no reason for Imperium not to win. That's my picks on that one right there, guys.
Okay, and I guess bonus bonus prediction.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going off you guys here.
Oh shit!
If Imperium does indeed win,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess that Roderick Strong is going to take the fall, and then they're going to try to position him as like the weak link of the team, since he was the first one to lose the title. So I don't know, that might be a little story to follow going forward.
Well, then they can just bring in some other guy, put him in there, and no one will notice for 2 weeks. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that shit. So there you go. There's our Worlds Collide predictions, and that is on. That's tomorrow. What time does that come on tomorrow?
7 p.m. Eastern, my time.
Oh,
So 6 your time.
6 o'clock.
So that's Box's way of saying we may or may not do shows this weekend because I need a break.
We can do. Dude, we're gonna have to pick. It's one or the other, dude. It's one or the other. I'm not doing both. I'm sorry, I can't. One or the other we'll do live. We will do one or the other live. Stay tuned to find out which. But yeah, there we go. So there's Worlds Collide. Rumble. You guys want to do Rumble picks, and then we'll get into what. I don't have a ton of news. I don't know if you guys got a ton of news, but I don't have a ton of news. So let's do it. Rumble.
Yes. Start with the Rumble.
right.
Jesus, how long is this? I mean, this is one of the bigger shows of the year.
All right. So the Rumble starts directly after NXT.
So what's the over under like on this one? Yeah, you think this will be about what, 5 hours? Because the pre-show is probably like 2 hours.
I don't know, like 19, 20, 25 hours. I don't know, man. I mean, listen, if there was 25 hours in a day, they'd fucking do it, man. I just. Anyway.
By the time this Rumble's over, we'll be gearing up for WrestleMania 48.
Yeah. It'll be time. All right. So yeah. The Rumble will be. I'm figuring 4.5 hours probably.
Yeah, because I honestly, it's going to depend on, because lately, the last couple of years, they always get funny about the interval time. Like, what do you guys feel like is the perfect interval time for the Rumble? 2 minutes? I personally think it's best when it's like 90 minutes. I'm sorry, when it's like 90 seconds, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, 90 minutes between entrance, that would be.
No, fuck, you know what I meant. 90 seconds.
Jesus, kill these guys and these poor girls. They'd be menstruating by the time the fucking match was over.
Hey, Dolph fucking banged Sonny for like 7 hours. So
well,
Dolph could Dolph could pull it off.
Dolph could pull it off. He's got the stamina. But I think 90 seconds is perfect. I really think 2 minutes is too long. I think 90 seconds is perfect, actually.
I was always a fan of the 90-second intervals because they always kept things fresh. You never got too stagnant. I feel like the 2 minute intervals sometimes, because of a lot of times when it's 2 minutes, you would get those awkward pauses when it's just one person in the ring.
Yeah.
They're waiting there like a smack dash for like 45 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
before,
good on
before it gets down to that final 10 seconds and somebody else comes out.
Yeah, I'm good on the 90 seconds. 90 seconds. What do you think, Smart? 90.
12 seconds. 12 seconds each.
12.
We're gonna get in. We're gonna get out. We're gonna get this shit taken care of. I will say though.
I like it.
And I think 90 seconds is the best. But I will say though, I don't know if they even know what they're doing this year, because on Raw this week, Heyman was talking about the Royal Rumble and he just kept saying intermittent variables. So he was not specifically giving out a number in terms of seconds. He just kept saying intermittent.
Oh, man. I'm not happy you caught that. Anyway, I guess we'll see what happens. But let's get into this. Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo for the United States Championship.
Please don't tell me this is a pre-show match.
It's not. Look, it's wiki. It's the bottom of the list. I'm starting at the bottom. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I hope, because the match they had at the I want to say the December pay-per-view TLC was fucking fantastic, and these guys work very well together. They have some good chemistry in the ring,
right? So more than likely it will be on the pre-show, which is a damn shame, because these two actually deserve to be in front of a crowd that's engaged. Because when they get every match they've had has gotten progressively better. So I'm going to feel bad from the standpoint of they're going to basically be wrestling in front of
nobody, because you're going to have people like stumbling around trying to find their seats, getting food, just doing shit till the actual show starts.
And to be honest, none of these matches have the P for pre-show on it, which means none of these matches have been announced for the pre-show. Shorty G versus Sheamus sounds like a pre-show match to me.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? Like, why the fuck does this have to be a pre-show pay-per-view match? Like, all due respect to both guys, but they could have banged this out on SmackDown this week in 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. And obviously, no homo on that. But anyway, Andrade versus Alberto Carrillo for the WWE United States Championship. Andrade, going Andrade.
Yeah. Andrade, titles don't mean what they used to, but he has a fair amount of buzz behind him, positive buzz. He's really come out smelling like $1 million out of this Mysterio feud. It's done a lot for him, so I think it's too soon to halt his momentum.
Right.
So yeah, he's gonna win, and Humberto's gonna stay in chase mode. I would say at least until Mania.
All right. Smart? You there, buddy?
Yep, let's try that again. Better, worse, good?
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I was going to actually say, I'm just going to go ahead and agree with Anthony on the Andrade thing. I also saw, earlier today that Ray was talking about potentially doing a mask versus hair match with him and Andrade at WrestleMania. So if that does end up leading there, that'd be kind of interesting, too.
Yes, it would. We will see what happens there. Now we go to the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship match, which is Bayley versus Lacey Evans. After that promo, do you think do you all right, I'm going Bayley. Fuck it, I'm going Bayley.
I'll be honest, I don't have a dog in this race because they totally bought. I feel like it's appropriate that these two are in a match together because both of their current pushes have been totally botched by the company.
Yeah.
I mean, Bayley's basically. With that ass, I can't say I blame them, but they fucked her twice. As a face and a heel.
She did look good. She did look good in the jeans. That's all I'll leave it there.
Yeah, but I feel like Bayley, just almost out of necessity, needs to win this match just because Lacey is still, I don't want to say she's awful because she has flashes of brilliance, but she's still very much green in the ring. And she's not in a position of being able to carry lesser opponents. So I feel like Bayley is going to take this one while Lacey continues to get on the job training in terms of her ring work. It just makes the most sense right now.
All right, Smart.
I hate to say it because I do have a dog in this fight, but I think that dog's getting put down. I don't think that they would have done that whole promo segment hullabaloo situation if they didn't plan on putting the belt on Lacey. So unfortunately, as awful as that fucking promo was, I think she's going to end up winning. I am picking Lacey, unfortunately.
Oh, I think we're going to be doing the Rumble live. All right, let's go with that shitty match that we talked about just a few minutes ago. Shorty G versus Sheamus. Oh my God. You know what? Just let Shorty G win and tell Sheamus to go home. I'm sorry.
Nah. Sheamus is he's in the gym as we speak with a Triple H.
Anywhere,
clearly he's going over.
Yeah, Sheamus. Anywhere to be out of the sun, that's where he is. I got Sheamus. Anthony's got Sheamus. Mark, you've got
trifecta.
Sheamus, once again, unanimous. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin, Falls Count Anywhere match. The fans are the losers. Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah, easy. Yeah, blow off. Reigns is winning.
Yeah.
Box won't know that because he won't be actually watching the match live, probably. This will be his bathroom break.
I'll suddenly have to pee. Yeah, suddenly. And it'll take way too long. You're like, man, Bach, I got hungry. I'm sorry.
And I had to rearrange my sock drawer.
Yes, I had to. I had to take a Corbin. If you know what I mean. had to take a Corbin. Yeah, definitely Roman on that match, though. Definitely. Are we unanimous on that or no?
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say Roman.
All right, definitely. We got the Raw Women's Championship match: Becky Lynch versus Asuka. Oh, man, I really want him to put it on Asuka.
They're not though, bro.
I don't think so either. I think Lynch is going to win this one too.
Yeah, and because if you look at it, they've given. I mean, they basically, even though Asuka's push has only just recently gotten back on track. Just look at the story. I'm gonna pull a smart here. Just look at the video packages and the story that they've been telling. Asuka has gotten an upper hand over Becky for the past year. Oh, and all these different incarnations. And this is like a redemption story, so she's going to get her win back.
Yeah.
Plus, they had bigger and better plans for Becky going into Mania season. Which, believe it or not, man, can you believe it? She's creeping up on a year.
I know.
I wonder if that's that grand plan to stick at the Punk. Have a woman break his record too.
Oh shit!
I'm
Could
sorry,
be.
have the man break his record.
Could be. Oh, the man. Shut up.
Hey, he started a lot of shit this week.
There
but
you
she
go.
didn't intend to.
No, not at all. Smart.
No, she intended to.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also going to go with Becky. It just seems like it's the most obvious.
All right. We got the strap match, Universal Championship, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. And this is for, like I said, for the Universal Championship. I'm going to go Daniel Bryan. I think this might be the one match The Fiend might lose. And I think
so soon?
I don't think
wow.
I think this is the one match that would not hurt The Fiend to lose.
With the title on the line, though, you think they're really to reinvest in Bryan as champion at this point?
I would at this point. I really would. I would. You want to get that fucking yes chant back over again? Which it already is, but I would put this fucking title on him. And I'd have this feud continue between these two and get even more brutal. That's what I would do.
But do you think that you think they're willing to sacrifice the Fiend this early on?
I really don't think a loss from Daniel Bryan, I don't think it would hurt him at this point. I really don't. I don't think it would lose anything for him. I don't. Daniel Bryan's had his number for a while. I think one person had to, and I think this is it. I could be wrong, and I'm fine if I am, but I'm going Daniel Bryan.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm actually going to co-sign your prediction and say Bryan as well. For the simple fact that I feel like, you know, the more I sit here and think about it, and the more you just listen to your breakdown there, I feel like they almost had to get that first loss out of the way, because if the predictions are true that they're going to do Fiend and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, I feel like it'll cushion the blow, knowing that Bryan at least was the one to beat him first. Because if you have Reigns be the one to end this, you know, beat him, be the one to be his kryptonite, I feel like that'll be way fucking worse. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong, people would still shit on the finish, but I think they'll be a little more forgiving because it wouldn't have been his first actual loss. Bryan, he has that cachet, is that word again, with the audience to where they're more accepting of him being the one to beat the Fiend.
Yeah.
Versus Reigns being the first guy to beat him.
And honestly, if we go through, we have not picked one title to change hands yet. This would be the first title to change hands. So,
all right, Smark, you're the tiebreaker.
There you go, Smark.
Well, I did very reluctantly pick one title to change hands.
You're
so
right.
I'm
You're right.
Free
You're right.
from obligation on that one. I'm gonna go with the Fiend. I do think it's just like, I think it's too soon, and I do think that we're probably going to get that Roman Fiend match, and I think that they don't really give a flying fuck about cushioning the blow. We get what we get, and then we bitch about it, and then we keep coming back. That's what happens.
All right. So there we go.
Jesus, bro, you sound like Michael Andolini right there.
I know.
We shit, then we get.
Bohica, bitch, Bohica. Bohica 2.
That's right. It's a no Vaseline match.
There we go, Bohica duh. Part duh. There we go. Right now we go into the 30-woman Royal Rumble match. This is obviously.
Oh shit!
What?
They're still doing. I'm not even trying to be sexist because Lord knows, but I honestly forgot they were still doing a women's Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was ready to wrap up the Rumble prediction.
No, we got two matches left. The Women's Rumble, which is obviously for a Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 36. The women and
this show's gonna be like 8 hours long.
Well, put it this way: there's only 9 women matches. I'm sorry, 9 women announced for the match right now. It is Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Sarah Logan, Natalya, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. Okay. I'm not going to, I really don't want to sit here and do what are the surprises going to be. We know what it's going to be. It's going to be probably a Trish, maybe a Lita, maybe a Kelly. We know who the surprises are going to be. It's not going to be a big deal. Maybe a Beth Phoenix will come out there. Who knows? But who do you guys think is going to win the Rumble this year for the women?
Ronda. I think they've been keeping it under wraps, and I think they've been keeping it super under wraps, and they were finally going to get the eagerly anticipated one-on-one match with Becky at Mania, so Ronda can get her win back.
Antox brings up Ruby Riott. I could see her making a comeback. That'd be cool. But I honestly,
she ain't winning. Talented, but she's not winning.
No, Charlotte's gonna win. It doesn't matter if I like her, if I think she's overrated. They're gonna give it to Charlotte. That's my opinion. Smart?
Who you got, Smart?
Wendy Richter. No, anyway, I'm going Shayna Baszler. I think they're gonna end up doing the thing with her and Becky. So I think that's how you kick that off, by having her win the Rumble.
I would be very happy if that happened, to be honest with you. That'd be great. So I like your pick, man.
Thank you.
And from there, we go to the Men's Royal Rumble. We've got 27 out of the 30 announced for that. So let me take a quick swig of beer. And here we go. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles, Eric Rowan, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Elias, King Corbin, I can't believe I said that, Dolph Ziggler, Otis, Tucker, Rusev, Bobby Lashley, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, Braun Strowman, Shinsuke Nakamura, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston, Big E, R-Truth, John Morrison, and The Miz. All right. I really got Roman Reigns. Really? It's either Roman or Drew. I keep going back and forth. I want to say Drew. I really, really want to say Drew McIntyre. But I'm sorry. But I think they want to get Roman Reigns back in that title picture, and this is the way to do it.
Don't need it. I feel like you have to strike while the iron is hot. So I'm going to go Drew McIntyre on this one because Reigns doesn't need it. He doesn't need to win. They can easily insert him into the title picture without this. Think about this for a second. Nakamura won a Royal Rumble not too terribly long ago, 2018, and look where he's at now. So I don't really feel like, as far as like the winner of the Rumble being like the guy or a top guy, they don't look at the Rumble like that anymore, I don't think, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Everything changes. So, and just for that reason alone, I feel like they'll give it to McIntyre.
All right. I listen.
You gotta strike while the iron is hot with him because he's hot now. He might not be hot 6 months from now.
Well, I hope they do, but I think they have a plan. So that's where I'm going. I'm sticking with my pick. Smart, pick it.
Well, it seems like this year is like one of the first years where it doesn't seem like there's an overwhelmingly obvious winner, which does mean that we probably will get Roman. But I'm going to actually go way off the reservation on this one.
Oh.
And I'm going to go out on a limb. And I'm actually going to say, get ready to groan, Bobby Lashley. I think they're going to go Bobby Lashley, and I think they're going to do a double turn. They're going to make Lesnar the face. They're going to make Lashley the heel. And they'll probably have Lashley win at WrestleMania. I don't know why they believe in that angle so much, but they have been shoving that angle down our throats so fucking much that just I feel like anything is possible.
Oh, I've never hoped someone was wrong as much as I hope they're wrong right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, but, damn it, Smart.
You can't picture. You're telling me you can't picture like Heyman and Lana having promo battles.
Go.
Damn it, Smart. Stop making sense.
Fuck yourself with that shit.
It actually kind of, believe it or not, sad as it is to admit, it actually makes sense.
That's what I'm pissed about right now. It makes total sense.
I mean, they think about it. People talk about how they, look. What's the biggest complaint about a lot of today's wrestling amongst old school fans like ourselves? They don't put effort into the storylines anymore. There's no long-term build. They've been building this shit been going on months now. We are in a months-old storyline. They've been doing this shit now since September, October.
Yeah, don't remind me, dude. Don't remind me. Seriously.
So yeah, So yeah, I mean, I'm still sticking with Drew for my pick, but Smart does make a very compelling point about Lashley.
Right.
Why invest this kind of television time and not have it pay off in something?
Oh man, this could be a really disappointing Rumble. All right, I think that's the one that's probably the one I think we're gonna do. We're gonna do live, probably. I need a day. So
sorry, Mustache Mountain Box said fuck off.
Yeah, sorry, whatever. Fuck you guys, Mustache. Fuck Pete Dunne and his fucking gym teacher looking ass. All right, so we're done with both those shows. That's pretty awesome. Let's get into what I don't have a ton of news. I know you guys might have a few things to get into. I do want to get into a couple of things. AEW cruise wise, that of course, that kind of came out a little bit after we got off the air. One thing I want to mention is Darby Allin. If you guys were watching the AEW show, you saw a little kid out there in the front row dressed as Darby Allin. He had his face painted like Darby Allin. After the show, Darby Allin actually came out and surprised this kid. Like literally took pictures with him, took a video with him, was hugging the kid. And oh my God, I'm not sure if his parents or the kid was more excited, but really cool moment. And I don't know, man. I think that was really cool. I think AEW is doing some really cool shit right now. And I know this is shit that WWE would do too. And so don't fucking, sit there and bitch at me. But I don't know. What do you guys think of that? And once again, I think it was really cool to do. But did you guys see that kid in the audience, first of all?
I'll be honest, no. But I am going to go back and seek it out. I mean, it's hard to gripe or bitch about something involving the kids. He gave the kid a memory. So in situations like that, hey, good, good on Darby Allin for that because once again he gave a kid a memory, and it's pretty hard to shit on a guy for doing something like that.
Right. Yeah. And if you do want to go watch, if you look hard camera, he's kind of he's pretty much to the left side over there. So you will see him in the front row, left side. I knew exactly the kid they were talking about when this article came up. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I wanted to bring it up. But Smart, did you see the kid?
I actually did. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't. I didn't get a great look at him, so I actually thought it was like a teenager or like an adult. But I do know the person that you're referencing. So yeah, I did see the kid.
Nice. Yeah. Just I really like this is what wrestling should be about, dude. People going out and just Making kids day. You want to be a show for kids, this is what you should be doing. My God, is Smart drinking Red Dog?
Always. Nah, just a mirror.
Okay, good. I'm like, Jesus Christ, tell me you're not drinking Red Dog. I haven't even seen that beer in like, what, 10, 12 years? Oh, that stuff is...
It's been a minute.
I've drank many a Red Dogs, don't get me wrong, but Jesus Christ. But anyway, that was one thing. And speaking of the Jericho cruise, there was a video out of Moxley doing karaoke to Sweet Caroline, but there's also a video now of Marco Stunt singing with Fozzy. And if you watch this video, Jericho's dressed in like all 80s outfit with 80s hair and everything. It's fucking hilarious. But I'll play a little bit of one of them. Here we go. There you go. We have Marco Stunt singing Corey Hart's Sunglasses at Night with Fozzy. So, looks like they had a really... Dude, like I said, man, this cruise looked like it was a lot of fun for a lot of people. I've got another one that was 2 minutes. I'm really not going to play it. There's just no reason to. You guys heard that. You know what's going on. But this cruise just looked like it was a lot of fun. They were really doing it. This was a cruise they're going to do for the fans. Already set up for next year. So, cool shit's still coming, man. I don't know. What do you guys... I would really like to go on one of these, but I know I can't afford that shit.
I mean, if you save up for about a good solid 2 years and you disregard some things, like birthdays, holidays,
rent,
you could swing it.
Yeah, rent, food.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck all that. Food. Who needs food?
In all sincerity, though, it does look like a blast, man. Like, it does look like genuine fun, and I feel like that's what wrestling needs more of nowadays. Just fun, just shit that just make you like reinvigorate you, remind you of why you like the shit.
Yeah,
and you factor in that Jericho. Like I said, I was actually watching that little clip on YouTube again earlier, and look. I mean, it's one of those things, man, where like Jericho had to feel like a man and a fucking half. Like walking to the ring, I mean, like a man and a fucking half, because here you are, big time pro wrestler. You always wanted to be a rock star. On top of that, you come into the ring to a song that you sung.
Yep.
And people are not only chanting your name, they're singing a song that you wrote, co-produced, all of this. Like that was just a cool moment. Like I think for me, that was probably AEW's first defining moment. And even Jericho, if you look close, you can actually see him crack half a smile.
Oh yeah,
like he broke character for like half a second, and it was cool to see.
Oh yeah, you could see it was hitting him.
It got to him.
It was hitting him in the feels. That's what it was doing, man. It was hitting him right in the feels. And great, like I said Wednesday, what a great moment for Jericho right there on his cruise, basically hit another one, his show. That the crowd is doing that, just absolutely amazing. I mean, talk about being on fucking cloud nine. I'm sure he fucking definitely was on cloud nine for that moment right there. But guys, I got to be honest. That's all the news I got. What do you guys got?
Should we get into the absurdity of WWE potentially dropping the word women from the NXT title? And I don't know. What do you guys think? What side of the fence do you lean on? A lot of people are like, oh, what's the big deal? And if it empowers one girl, one woman, because I mean, like, first off, do you guys feel like that it defines the women down to call it the NXT women's title, the WWE women's title? because it kind of comes across like, oh, it's just another women's match on the card. Do you think taking the word women out of the title, since it's not the world men's belt or whatever the fuck, do you think that it takes a little more of the empowerment out of it if you label it women?
No. First, I'll start there. First of all, no, I don't think it takes empowerment out of it. Second of all, if they do it, it's to me, it's a non-issue, dude. I really don't care what they call it the fucking bitch bling title for all I care. I really don't give a shit what you name a fucking title. To be honest with you, it's a prop, dude. It's a fake sport. I mean,
well, we
this is something that I don't have time to care about. I really don't have time to care whether or not they call it the WWE NXT title or the NXT women's title. I don't have time to care. Call it what you want. Get over it. Don't fucking sit there and, make a big deal of it, because you make a big deal of it, you really did it just to fucking be PC and bullshit like that. Whatever you want to do, just do it. I really just don't have time to care. I'm sorry. I don't. If they want to do it, great. If they don't, great. How's that sound? Good, bad, ugly? I don't know.
I mean, I get you. I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal, but I just think it's absurd in general that we even have to have this conversation. I don't know. I just think it's like a little bit ridiculous that we're at the point now where we actually have to take, we have to take labels out of it in terms of like men, women. It's like, Jesus, like, has it really come to that point?
Yes, because the last three letters in women are men. And you can't have that, Anthony. Do you understand the problem here?
Look, one word, fucking biology. I mean, look, I hate to break it down to people, but men and women were designed to do specific things.
Ooh, this is very unliberal of you. I don't know. This is very unliberal of you, Anthony. You're supposed to believe in all the women are men and women can have penises and men can have vaginas.
Look.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
If all things are created equal, why can't men have babies? And why don't we bleed every month?
Wait.
And still live.
No, have you not seen the pictures? Men straight too. Have you not seen the picture? Anthony, you're heading my way. You're
Big Flair bleeds.
Anthony, you're heading Trumpy. You're heading to the Trump train, Anthony. You're walking over there, buddy.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm not going that far, but I don't know.
I'm joking.
I actually sent you the little clip that sparked this whole debate.
I'm pulling it up.
And I'm actually looking for the follow-up because Becky actually kind of came out and clarified because apparently she's saying what she said on backstage was taken out of context. She basically didn't do a good job of explaining her point. And the WWE, typically being WWE, are basically running with it and going, once again, too far left with this.
Yeah, and thing. By the way, if you look at what you sent me, it's you must have not updated your clipboard on your internet. And by the way, if men can't get pregnant, please explain to me the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, twins. Not twins, Junior. I'm sorry, Junior. Please explain it to me. Anyway, what you sent me.
It was a dream sequence box.
Oh, like when JR got shot and Bobby died. Okay. I get you. I understand. But yeah, Anthony, you sent me the exact same video. I see the thumb. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fixing that box.
I see. I'm trying to stall here. But remove. Well, you didn't have to do that. But all right. Again, I just don't.
As we try to stall here.
Oh, go ahead. Stall.
To do what I kind of like to do, I found a tweet about this from a bit of an unlikely source. Camille from NWA.
Ooh.
Says empowerment. Camille.
Okay.
It says empowerment isn't taking away something. It's embracing and showing off differences, being comfortable in who you are and what you have to offer. We are different. It is a good thing. I am a woman. I am a woman. That's how she spelled it. It isn't a bad word. Stop acting like taking that away gives us equality or power.
I agree. Yeah. I do. I've got to agree, man. But again, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I can't believe they did that. It's whatever. Do what you want. Do what you want.
Semantics. It's largely just annoying.
Yeah.
Like there's a women's World Cup. There's a tag team division. They don't just call it the WWE belts. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Anthony, is there a time on this? It's a 5-minute video, so.
Yeah, we don't have to play the whole thing because I'm guessing I haven't actually watched it because I really had no interest in watching the clip. I just got the Clip Notes version. I tried to listen. I'll be honest. I tried to listen to a couple. I'm like, no.
All right, let's see here.
The women's division right now is that we eliminate the term women's, right? I think
yes.
I think that we're I think it's now starting to hold us back. We're then going, oh, this is the women's segment. This is the women's thing. Why do we need that division? We need people. We need characters. We need people looking for the main event spot, not the top women's spot, the top spot. What are people doing to be the main eventer, to be on the cover of the video game, the cereal boxes, whatever it is?
Gender should be no issue.
It shouldn't be an issue at this point. We're past all the making history. We've made all the history. I mean, sure, of course, there's always going to be more history to be made, but that's out of the equation now. Let's normalize it.
Going.
Yeah, let's get going. Let's get some people chomping at the bit.
Punk, what has been standing out to you as you've been watching and catching back up with WWE?
Well, I'm huge into representation, right? So I like.
I don't care what you have to say. That was not. By the way, that was not only that was not only stunning but brave. Jesus, Becky, what?
Now, do you think she did a good job of explaining her point? Because
no, she contradicted herself. We made all the history we can make. I mean, of course, there's more history to be made. You just said there was no fucking more history to be made, you dummy.
Now, do you want to see her clarification tweet?
No. All right.
Damn, Box, you're on a roll right now.
That would have been so great if we just ended the show on that.
No!
We should retroactively edit. No! And then the show just ends.
Okay, for you, sir, I'll make this quick as possible. Let me see. My comment about removing the word women from the conversation wasn't about renaming a division. It was about beginning to rethink it. I wasn't advocating for any changes in title names or anything else, like I'd had the power, but simply an equal volume of opportunities that are based on skill and not gender. The term women can limit openings because phrases like there's already a women's match on the show is still in wrestling's historical DNA. We're all just superstars who want our shots and places on the shows if we earn and deserve them. I'd simply love us to get to a place where there's 3 women's matches on pay-per-view, or 10, God help us, or none if it so happens we're not serving the audience. Does that clean it up a little bit better for you, Box? Or
no?
So in other words, she created a potential shitstorm. Not shitstorm. I shouldn't say that's overstatement. But she's kind of gotten WWE's panties in a wad over essentially nothing.
Yeah.
First of all, whenever somebody puts something out there publicly, WWE feels the need to respond to it. They're like, oh shit, we don't, because they're very image conscious now more than ever. So because she put that out there on this show, it's like, oh shit, now we got to take women out of titles and shit.
No, they're not. First of all, I really don't think they're going to do it, to be honest with you.
They're very reactionary, Box.
It doesn't, it does, in my, let me start, in my opinion only, it doesn't degrade them. It doesn't put them on a different level. It puts them as what they are. Women doing the same thing. It just it's just a separate division. Why are you not already equal? You're in WWE. If WWE didn't take women, you would not be equal. You're already equal. What more do you want? I'm done.
Yeah.
Done.
I buried myself enough tonight. Smart, why don't you go next?
Oh, I'm already a sexist asshole, so leave me alone. All right.
I mean, it is what it is. She like, it seems like she wants both things. Like, she wants to be celebrated for her accomplishments, but then she also wants to be able to, you know, be like, well, you know, I don't think I should be called just a woman because I'm not just a woman, but women should be celebrated too. It's like, well, what the fuck do you want then? Like, make up your mind. Like, I think all in all, the whole point she was trying to get to was that she wants to be celebrated for what she accomplishes, but she doesn't want to be reduced to being just, you know, well, that was good for a woman. That was a good match for a woman. That's a good accomplishment for a woman, for a woman, for a woman, so on and so forth. Like, I feel like that was her overall point, but she did it in the most fucking annoying, douchey way possible.
Yeah.
And you know damn well that if they straight up told her that her feud or whatever, or all their feuds, were not compelling enough to merit a pay-per-view match on even the Royal Rumble, but it's, or especially WrestleMania, like, you know, she would throw a fucking fit.
Well, when she can write her name on the wall while peeing, we'll talk. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, China can do that. You don't know what she's got down there.
Hey, yeah, we all know what she has down there, China, at least. Becky, I don't know. She's the man. Oh, shut the fuck up. But anyway, before we really get too much into that, what else you guys got there? Or
I guess real quick, you know, just because I was an old school CZW fan, not much current ECW, just quick little rest in peace shout out to Justice Payne. Not sure of the circumstances of his passing, but, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there because wasn't the best wrestler, but in terms of what CZW represented in the early days, he more than fit the model for what an old school original CZW guy was all about. So rest in peace to him. Condolences to the family, friends.
And I believe she did an interview with him on the THT. I will check, but I believe there is an interview with him on the old on the THT, which you can still get those archives on shoutengine.com/THT podcast. So,
I want to be on the lookout for that because he didn't do many interviews, so that's pretty cool.
I think Shaheen did, or it was on the other show that he was doing for a while, but somewhere in there is an interview. If not, maybe I'll find it and ask Shaheen if I can post it, or maybe he'll want to post it on his Patreon or his podcast. So we'll find out about that. But yeah, definitely, man. And you got no clue what happened or how?
No. I mean, I'm still, you know, obviously, I'm sure as the days go along, it'll come out. But as of now, only thing that can be confirmed is that he passed away. It would have been Thursday because the news broke on Friday.
All right. Well, damn, that sucks. Anyway, I don't know. Smart, did you want to bring up your point to that passing?
I don't really have too much to contribute. I think I know what you're alluding to. But yeah, no, I mean, it sucks. Anybody that dies that age,
absolutely.
Like, he can't have been all that old. And, you know, I feel for him, and I believe he was the brother of Nick Gage, so condolences to Nick Gage as well. You know, that shit sucks.
Oh, yeah.
He had 2 girls, too. I didn't even know he had kids, so yeah, he had 2 kids. So, once again, it always sucks, you know.
That's awful.
To have anybody die, you know. Because I would say if I had to guess, he probably like early to mid 40s, so he wasn't an old guy at all.
Yeah, so. Damn. Yeah, that's a great way to end the show, Anthony.
Don't worry, I have something in the chamber. Just
good.
stall again.
Good. Good. Let's go ahead and what's in your chamber?
All right, how about this? And I actually want to give a shout out to Raider Dre because this will be a future episode. I feel like because he had a good idea for a future episode for us. We go over our favorite themes in wrestling. Do you guys have any particular themes that kind of stand out to you? We're not gonna go too deep in the weeds because I actually do want to do a full episode, but I guess and the show on a lighter note, like you guys have any themes that are your go-to?
A couple of them that I really do like. Stone Cold's theme, the one before Disturbed. So that was kind of the original one. And I'll tell you, man, I always like that DDP, that knockoff Nirvana.
Oh, I love that. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a fucking iconic theme, bro.
Yeah, that one, and I'll definitely throw in. I know this is kind of a weird one to kind of throw in there, but Sandman's entrance to Metallica. I mean, I know it's kind of a cheesy one and kind of a cop out, but I gotta throw it in there, man. Sandman coming down to Metallica was always badass, especially the time when the crowd literally sang that back to him. So, there's a few right there, and yeah, we could do a fucking whole episode on a whole segment on that, a good 30, 45 minutes on that, and we will definitely.
Yeah, as far as me goes, and maybe it's because it was real music, but just fucking anybody in ECW, which is why it always breaks my fucking heart to try to get through an ECW show on a network because they dub over everything outside of the ECW theme. Because music. I mean, I feel like more than any other promotion, ECW told so many of their best stories through the music. Mm-hmm. And when you take away those songs, I get it, rights fees and all that shit. I get the technicalities of why they don't use the music, but so much of that footage loses so much of its luster without the music,
right?
Because the music, in a lot of ways, did tell a story. Like, in other words, like the Sandman. As much as I love the Sandman, you take away Inner Sandman, it's hard as shit to get through a Sandman segment on get through an ECW segment on WWE's network. I'm sorry. Yeah. New Jack. Love New Jack to death, but it's like what and what
I
makes
have heard
it worse,
the version of the song they use, and it is just fucking terrible.
And it's terrible because you know why it's terrible, Smirk? Because anybody that watched the old school ECW, Natural Born Killers will play on repeat through New Jack's entire segment, his entire match. So imagine hearing the gayest sounding version of whatever WWE thinks hip hop is in 2020, and that's what they play on the network. So if New Jack has a 15-minute match, you have to hear this shit for 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, it's very much that. Like, it's the early 90s, like before like gangster rap, where it was like they were still trying to figure. It's like almost like Sugar Hill Gang-esque type shit. It seems like it would be like in those kind of movies where it's like the white guy, black guy, like buddy comedy that they used to love doing back in the early 90s. Like, I could definitely see it being in like White Man Can Jump or like just fucking, whatever.
So it's the hip hop, the hippie. All right. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, picture New Jack coming out the fucking. I'm here to tell you a story about some stuff. Like, it's fucking terrible.
I'm glad I don't watch that shit. So, yeah, we will definitely get into that. But Smark, you didn't give us any. Or Anthony, were you finished with your themes?
It was one more I was trying to think of. You mentioned the.
But
sorry, go ahead,
there's one more I thought
thinking
of real quick before I fucking forget it. Guerrero, Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Fucking love that shit, man.
Same here. And I might be in a minority here because his current theme is so iconic, the game. But I've always had a soft spot for Triple H's original heel theme, My Town.
Yeah. I actually like the King of Kings better, but yeah.
And D-Lo. D-Lo's theme will always be classic to me. I don't care what anybody say. Because you know why? You're looking at the real deal now.
Yeah. Man, fucking Road Warriors theme. God, yeah, we did. You know what? That's definitely one we need to do. Definitely.
Yeah. Shout out to Ray Drake for that. Good idea, sir.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you for
definitely,
that one.
definitely. Thanks, Dre. I appreciate that, man. Fellow Texan, by the way.
Yeah, Smart. What themes do you have?
Well, I feel like you could break this down into two different categories, because you have the in-house produced music, and then you have the stuff, the actual licensed actual bands, actual songs that you would hear on the radio, a la ECW. Right now, in terms of current wrestling, I think one of my favorites is you were talking about ECW, like GCW does a lot of like actual songs too. And I feel like my most favorite right now, I would have to go with Mance Warner. He comes out to, for those who aren't familiar, the Shinedown version of the song Simple Man. And it has a nice little rev up to it. So it's like the first minute or so, you just see like fans just waving their cell phones in the air and shit. And then he comes out, and the entrance itself is just super fucking high energy. It's just a lot of fun to watch. What I've always been a fan of, though, more than anything, it's kind of like almost a guilty pleasure, is I like when the wrestlers sing the theme song themselves. So like you got the Shawn Michaels, you got the Honky Tonk Man. I'm not proud of it, but I really do like Jive Soul Bro. Like it's racist as shit, but it's a fun song.
That's a scary. Look, honestly, as long as you don't watch the video, you're good. I saw.
Yeah,
look, dude,
the video is just fucking like, how could even in those times, you can't tell me times were different back then. Like you could, why would you sign off on that?
Yeah,
Mr. Slickster, are you gonna pay for that chicken? Like, are you fucking shitting me?
I guess to Box's point, checks got to clear.
Checks got to clear, brother. Checks got to clear.
No, but honestly, what makes it worse is, looking back on it, finding out throughout all of that, fucking Slick is a legitimate, honest to God preacher. A reverend. He was just, man, checks got to clear him, but then you playing with God. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, well, God's checks got to clear too, brother.
Like you testifying by day, pimping by night.
Well,
Jesus. Bro, that's a hell of a gimmick change, don't you think?
Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do to get those checks clear. You know what I'm saying? Is that it, guys? Are we done?
Well, we successfully ended the show on a lighter note.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I got nothing else. So if we're good, I'm good. Less than 3 hours. I fucking love that shit. There we go. So on that note, we will get out of here. Always, we appreciate the chat room for joining us, and we appreciate everybody downloading the show. And we will knock out these shout outs one more time. Wrestling OD, the Wrestling Overdose. Definitely go check out Shaheen there. Again, patreon.com/Wrestling Overdose. Go check him out right there. Nuclear Heat Graphics. Definitely check him out over there. NuclearHeatShop.com. Check out all of Shaheen's art right there. And, of course, you can check out the Wrestling High Marks. You can check out the Inhuman Experience with Bobby Anthem and Bobby Blades. You can check out Unscripted Wrestling, but only on the Philly Sports Passion feed. And, of course, go see Stephen Milan on Letterboxd, boxd.com/Stephen Milan, 2 L's in Milan. And you can check all this shit out, like we always say. Follow us on Spreaker. Definitely subscribe to us on Facebook. Jump on our Facebook page, facebook.com/DirtCheapDudes. And you can follow all this greatness at Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Player FM. Wrap it up, Anthony.
Bottom Line Pro Wrestling Podcast. Jason Clark. Available on all of those same fine podcast platforms that Box just laid out for you. Google Play, Stitcher Radio, iHeart, Google, Apple Podcasts. Subscribe. You'll be glad you did.
There you go. All right. Chat room, once again, want to say we appreciate all of you guys for coming on in here. You guys really do help the show go along, and we really, really appreciate it. Anyone downloading the show, you guys also do the same for us. We appreciate that. And on that note, we will see you guys Wednesday. Have a great weekend. See ya.
Peace.
Give one drink to all in all, we're going home. Time to take your drunken ass home. It's alright if you don't know what to do with yourself.